I'd like to call the Tuesday, August 3rd meeting of the St. Joseph County Board of Commissioners to order. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the agenda is opening reading of bids. There are none. Moving on to reports and requests from the Board of Commissioners. First item is the accounts payable docket. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Now we come to one of the best parts of our commissioner meetings each month, and that is when we get to honor one of our many amazing employees for Employee of the Month. Commissioner Fleming.
We're excited that our Employee of the Month is Wade Keller, and he's in Employment Department of the Southeast Highway Garage on Group 3. And Wade has cut down many, many hangers, which are tree limbs that have broke and are hanging over the right-of-way due to the January ice storm that caused so much damage. This is done with the big bucket truck and can be tricky at times to cut down. Wade stepped up and has trained 2 other people to safely cut tree branches. Not everyone will go 60 feet up and use a saw, and this is very much appreciative by his supervisors. And he is submitted by Greg Fights. Yeah, Greg Fights. No, I'm just kidding. So Wade, you're here? Yes. I thought so. Good. You want to come up and receive?
So Sky, anything you'd like to kind of add? We'll take a minute while you hobble over to the microphone.
Yeah.
Suck it up.
Oh, you bring it? Okay.
I don't know if Greg wants to add anything also, but Sky Metters, County Engineer, Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth. I haven't had the opportunity to work with Wade very much, but I've heard very positive things. And I do know also, in addition to this event where Wade was cutting down trees, and then he also used his ability there to train others, that he's been doing a heck of a job on our chip seal crew, and they've been really getting a lot of stuff done, even though shorthanded, still on schedule with the chip seal. And our highway department, these guys are working extremely hard. A lot of times with the highway work that gets done, it's one of those unsung tasks. People, they expect to be able to get to work on time and be able to drive around safely. And what goes on behind the scenes is pretty much unseen sometimes and unappreciated. But these guys really do a heck of a job for us. And Wade is a fine example of some of our great workers that we have in the highway department. So congratulations, Wade.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you for all your hard work and everybody else there. It's you guys multitask to do a ton of stuff. Cutting set stuff down in ice and snow is like a very tough job, and so appreciate all the work you're doing. And hopefully, when we're in the process of fixing up all the garages and getting you guys what y'all need to do, material-wise and equipment, and Sky and the rest of the commissioners are on board to do that. So again, appreciate it. And Commissioner Castelny said he'd love to go up in a 60-foot perch with you and take some 10-inch limbs down. And
Actually, it's 70 feet, but I haven't extended the center boom yet.
there you go. He's ready.
We have a date. I just want to add my thanks as well. The highway department does a great job, and it's one of those services where everyone wants their road paved and perfect, but they also don't want to be inconvenienced when that have to happen. So you're doing a tough job every day, and we really appreciate everything that you do. And
You just got to be safe being up there.
so come on up.
Thank you
We
very
can get a
much.
picture and.
Sky? And Greg, you want to get me?
Come on up. Careful. You wanna- Where are we at here? you so much.
No problem.
Great, thanks. Thank you for recognizing me. Appreciate that very much.
Good job, buddy. Appreciate you. Good work, man.
Best wishes to you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Can you take the day off now, or is that part of the gig, or? Okay, I'm just checking, trying to.
Yeah.
There you go. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, moving on to a settlement agreement. Mr. Augustino.
Moving quicker than Sky.
Good morning, Commissioners. Peter J. Agostino, Deputy County Attorney with offices at 131 South Taylor Street, South Bend, Indiana. So before you is a settlement that involves a overstay at the jail. And as I've updated you, when this originally came in and came to you, I was under the mistaken impression that something had happened from the jail side that in the system. That's not the case at all. When this inmate was, he was charged in Elkhart and in St. Joe County. He was served his time with respect to charge in Elkhart. There was an open warrant for him. That should have been closed out. He should have been released. So this is a situation where you have someone that overstayed in our jail for approximately 43 days, I think it was. And the only dispute is their attorney contends that the inmate had made mention to our jail staff that he should be released. Troy Warner did a very thorough review of the information available at the jail. There was a number of contacts with this inmate. There was no indication of any mention of his needing to be released. There's some other issues about whether something should have been brought up sooner. At any rate, I think there would be a fact issue on this going forward. I probably jumped the gun on trying to resolve this case, but I think in terms of where we end up from a cost standpoint, we do have someone ultimately who spent 43 days in jail that should not have. And whether that was a pure accident or a no-fault situation or somehow, and again, I want to make clear, this was not something that was an issue from the sheriff's standpoint upon further reflection. I think we have an opportunity to save the cost savings, but the circumstances here I want to report to you and just be upfront with you in terms of how this plays out. I think it's a good settlement from a money saving standpoint and also on terms of the valuation on the claim. But I do know that the sheriff's office wanted to make clear that this was not something that occurred as a result of anything on our end, and I agree with them. And I see that Troy Warner was on the call. I don't know if he wants to make any comments.
Anything to add, Troy?
Nothing to add, thank you.
So, Counselor, do you agree with the recommendation?
The recommendation of Mr. Agostino and the approval of the settlement agreement. It releases all county entities and agencies, correct?
It does. It's just a complete release, and there might be some potential exposure elsewhere that this gets rid of all of it, so.
Any questions or comments from the board?
So, on a technical aspect, what was the issue that we got to this point?
In terms of,
Who messed up? Counselor?
well, there's lots of.
Okay, who messed up in the future that this wouldn't happen? How's that?
I'm
I,
not sure that the settlement agreement, where anybody's agreeing that anybody messed up or made a
Yeah.
mistake, are they, Mr. Agostino?
That's correct. We're not making any admission of fault on
I
this.
understand that part, but at what point,
Is there any other questions or comments from the board?
I would be glad to discuss some of those
Hearing none, a
things
motion
later after
would
the
be
meeting.
lovely.
A motion will be lovely. A motion to approve the settlement agreement.
Second, we have a motion, a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to infrastructure planning and growth. The consent agenda, I will note, there are irrevocable letters of credit for Blooming Meadows and Greystone. Any questions or comments regarding either of these items? Is there a motion?
A motion to approve this consent agenda.
second?
We have motion a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to old business, there is none. Public comments. Are there any public comments? Last call. Any public comments? Hearing none, a motion to recess is in order.
Second?
So moved.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Tough luck. We are recessed. Thank you all. Have good days.
The recording has stopped.